All right. So now it's actually live. Live. You can actually join the beta waitlist. If I know your name, that most likely I will immediately bring you in instead of sitting in the waitlist and I don't know how long. And I will let you access to the pro. Access to the pro tier means you'll be able to do everything. Otherwise, you will just coming in as a free tier. That there's some limitation because AI computation is actually expensive. And I cannot just give it out for free for for everyone on everything. So going to the dashboard. So of course you will keep all of your past design. So for example, I just generating this Neuro Race, so that you will coming in the Neuro Race have the design coach giving you all of the current rating that last being evaluated, and then the strategy, and then the overall fund rating compared with all of the game out there is 95% novelty, and then the cohesion is 10 out of 10 is totally consistent. And then of course there's some freestyle session, and then there's one suggestion that I didn't save any suggestion, and I apply one of the suggestions, so on, right? So, so of course there's some AI assistant, but I just want to show you a generic game, and then I will actually show you how the game is being generated. Let's thinking of a topic. We can actually generate a game together, okay? So, of course, there's an overview, there's a victory condition, and what mechanism that is actually coming out. And then you will describe the mechanics in greater detail, the mechanic synergy of the turn structure, what people need to do to take the action and making decision, and then so on. Okay. And then there's many statistics that is coming out to help a designer. Of course, the important part is actually the board, the cards, so that it actually suggests there's a research breakthrough card. Oh, and by the way, Neuro Race, which is a game of AI research lab racing to AGI. So it's a real life current simulation that I think that may be fun for a very limited audience, but it's true. There's a research breakthrough deck, and then it's generating me some sample card. So if you want, you can actually generating more cards, or hey, I just don't want to do it free at a time. Let's generating it all, so that you're generating all 60 cards for you. And then there's a researcher. Of course, the AI lab need to competing for researcher. So there's a researcher with different capabilities, so that the research lab will find a researcher fitting their robotic advance or a algorithmic advance, right? And then there's a deck for external event, so that maybe the government suddenly shutting down, you are not allowed to do this unethical research, or there's a power failure, or a global political influence that don't allow you to use these researchers, something like that, right? So making it a little bit more random, so that all the cards and so on, right? And you can see there's a critique, so that you will run the re-evaluate, and then there's actually a high critique that say get richer reputation system in the talent market, which is true in real life, right? So so of course the talent want to join more reputable AI labs. So, but the AI picking out this is actually getting richer, more efficient, so that you can actually click to AI edit, and then say, okay, generating me some edit, so that I can solve that problem. So let's do that later. And let me finish the introduction. And then there's fun rating, and then why is fun. And this one doesn't take any rec content for the inspiration, so that there's no rec content. And then there's a history. There's a 13 version, so that you can actually see the version 13 and version 12. What is the difference? And then you will show you the diff of the mechanism. So I don't think anybody will really reading it through, but a serious designer will reading this through. So you have the mini get. Question so far? Let's do some generation together. All right. So in order to be inspired, so there's a explore. So there's a mechanism browser, so that you can actually go there and then see 35 different mechanisms, so that you can actually I want to see turn-based. There's only 1,700 games, and 1,600 games is actually turn-based for the top game, right? And I'm talking about the top board game today. It's actually all using this. Okay, so let me just add that into the selection, so that now is in my shopping basket. I want my game to use the turn-based, right? So turn-based, and then okay, what kind of mechanism? I may just randomly select some. And I want to have some resource, and I want to add some resource management too. Okay, so let's just stop at this two, and then there's a compatibility matrix. It's actually compare all mechanisms against each other, and then show you how many games within our database there's actually use these two mechanisms together successfully. So, for example, simulation and dice driven 30 games is actually using this mechanism. Well, and I click on it. Okay, now I have all of this mechanism being recorded by learning from the existing good games. And then, of course, you'll be able to explore all of the games. There's a game explorer, so that these are all real games, right? So let's see everything talking about Dune. Wow, okay. So there's actually many top games talking about desert related Dune-like type of game, right? So there's quite a few. So maybe you want to use it as an inspiration. You will immediately bring in all of the mechanism that you analyze for that game into your generation. So, okay. So now we're selecting this four mechanism: turn-based, resource management, simultaneous, and dice driven. Okay. So if you're running out of idea, there's some example for you to try out. So I'm getting pretty tired of trying out all eight of this. So let's give it a unique idea. Mushroom has side effects. Okay, so let's sticking with this, because competitive simultaneous too, right? Because we selecting a mechanism. If you don't want simultaneous, you can just cancel it out. But let's try it. So okay, so now I'm going to start a multi-agent pipeline with the deep mode. Deep mode, that means we also try to generating some of the greater detail. Fast mode is faster, but cheaper. Cheaper for me, but okay. If I let you try deep mode, do deep mode. It's going through the theme generation now. Is actually generating all of the components, so that you'll be able to observe the theme. Okay, so let's just read the theme while it's still waiting. Okay, now the component designer is finished, so that you will suggest what component that we're going to have. One board, five token type, and 2 deck, and six dice. All right. So now it's actually finished the enriching detail. So let's take a look at the detail while it's still doing some balance critic. Okay, so that's the celebration is done. It's called Shadowwood Rise of the Ancient Grove. Okay, so we already see some of this mechanism. So these are some of the example cards. The detail agent trying to generate. So let's do the first thing first. Let's do a re-evaluate, so that you will actually having the design coach dashboard fill out. You finish. So you can see is the lawfulty is actually quite high compared with the existing game. Item mechanics combination, and also the theme. And then the fun rating is still 8.9. and then the engagement curve is actually pretty much flat. But you can see a little bit of rising engagement, so that this is kind of a more and more dramatic. Okay, so of course, I always like to get a cover image. So let's do a AI generated image. Of course, you can do some edit, but you will actually based on the theme that is already pre-populated. But this is only for prototype. Please hire a real artist to do the your actual board game art. So this is an encouragement alert for people. Don't use AI generated art for board game. Use human. This will become my cover art, and then I going back to my design library. This is part of my design library. Okay, so and actually, Titan, after you generating a game, that you can actually share. Okay, you'll be able to share, and then you'll be able to say, okay, we only access, and then never expire, and then you creating a share link, so that you can actually just copy this share link. If you give it to your friend will be able to see it without logging in, so that this is what Titan create. This game that we really want to prototype and play, right? So they can actually see all of the mechanism without joining without joining in. So this is the share mechanism, and also you can also publish to gallery, but I need a moderator to publish in gallery, so that different designer can actually share the game that they generate, so that they can actually give comments on the game, so that there's a community aspect to this design work branch. And actually, to your biggest surprise, most of the board game designer, they actually willing to share what they are working on. They are actually where you play testing comments from the secret, right? So that people actually despite copying other people secret. So that that's why this is a very encouraging scene. So if you click on any one of this, that you can actually having the same view, but of course without all of the AI added to the game, so that you can actually share with your friends. And what else? Let's do some editing. Okay, so let's do some critique. Okay, so this is a high, so that I can actually click on it, and then you will popping out the AI edit. Okay, so let's generating what the AI suggests to make the change. So there's a rationale why making the suggestion, so that you can see the change with the ontology that is actually trying to resolve, and then you can say apply the change. Let's apply it. Okay, the change has been applied, so that it disappear from my list, because this has been resolved. All right, so that you can also let's go to the AI suggestion. So that okay, what else that you're going to suggest? You may also suggest what the critic has been criticized. The suggestion may be trying to solve the problem, so that this AI will actually help to making proactive suggestion. All right, so it is actually making quite a bit of suggestion. Of course, you'll be able to save your suggestion later, or you can actually dismiss it, or you can actually apply the suggestion right away. So without them doing that to you, you'll be able to try it out yourself, see whether those suggestions is actually making sense.